Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you are entertained, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. So today I'd like to talk to you about BMAX, which is something that I came across, and I think it's really interesting. Also, I keep getting comments about STRK and STRF, I believe are the symbols. The new one, they're the preferred bonds from Strategy, and Robinhood does not allow me to purchase preferred bonds or preferred stocks at all. So BMAX is a way for me to get that just secondhand. So what are corporate treasury convertible bonds anyways? So a corporate bond has a higher yield than a convertible bond, but the way that this works is at the date of expiration, if the stock, the equity part of this, because it's part equity, half like a debt vehicle. So if the stock is a higher value than the bond, then you can convert it into stocks, and then BMAX is able to sell the stocks for a profit and give us that profit back. And then if the stocks are worth less than the bond, the company is obligated to give you the difference between what it's worth and what the bond is. So it's been such a long time since I've entertained getting into a bond, but someone was recommending STRK because I mentioned that I wanted to start in July after I pay off my credit cards, after the need to take out $1,000 every single week subsides. I'll take 40% and use that 40% to build up my emergency fund, save for future projects, and pay taxes. So they were saying, like, hey, like, maybe instead of putting it in your savings account that earns a 3% interest, actually it's a checking account, but whatever, my 3% checking account or my 4% high yield savings account, why don't you put it into STRK, which has like a 10% return? And that way you're still earning more money while it's being relatively safe, if you believe in MicroStrategy, which, if you've looked at my portfolio lately, obviously I do. So they do have things other than strategy. They have, you look at their holdings, they have the unsecured bond, and it has the expiration of 2029, and then, well, December 2029 and March 2030, September 2028. So these are way in the future and quarterly. So I don't know if they pay interest along the way. I read the summary, but I didn't read the prospectus yet. But they do have Mara and Riot, which are other companies that also have Bitcoin treasuries. So this is interesting to me. But right now on Robinhood, it is a 100% margin maintenance, so I will not be getting into it right now. I think the use case for me is right now to hedge my MSTU, which is the 2x MicroStrategy. I put 100 shares into MSTZ, which is the inverse 2x, and instead of messing around with the inverse, because the inverse doesn't have a good option chain, just invest in BMAX the amount that I have, like a 50-50 to the amount of options collateral I have that's tied up in the strategy MSTU. That way, if everything goes south and I need to sell something to, take care of a margin call, I can just use the bond and to do that, which is what normally it's not for margin calls, but bonds are supposed to be the hedge in your portfolio. And when things are bad, you take the money out of the outperforming bond and you put it into the equity. So I think this might work as a hedge like it's supposed to, and it might not, I'll keep an eye on this. And when I'm ready to do the 60-40 split, I will look into it because I need to remain hedged in my account because I am using margin, and I need to be responsible with other people's money. So the other options for hedging, for me anyways, would be just XDTE, which it would move probably in the same direction as MSTU, but it definitely wouldn't dip as much. The only problem with this is that whenever I get to about $9,000 in XDTE, I'm probably going to convert that into a SPY leaps and then run my own options off of that. But I could keep around enough to cover the options collateral that I'm using for MSTU. Then you have BMAX, which is performing the best out of all of these. And I mean, this is a really, really new fund. It only came out on March 12th. So there's very, very limited data for performance on this. And then TLTW, which I don't think is a good fund. Just by the time it does what you want it to do, it's going to get capped. So you may as well go into TLT if you're going to hedge using the 20-year Treasury bonds. And then there's SGov and BND, which are fine. But obviously, if I had a choice, I'd rather have $11,000 than $10,000. So, like I said before, I'll probably, when I'm ready to change up my strategy in July, I'll take another closer look at BMAX. So please let me know if you think that this is an interesting ETF and if you plan on investing in it. And I will talk to you later. Bye.